And if it suggests, my answer suggests I've got depression and I need some help managing that, you've got a number of apps there which I can download onto my phone.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mental health is one of the most common problems that any of us will face. So about 1 in 4 Australians will actually face a major mental health problem in their life. The more we study young people, the more we realise these problems come on when you're young. So 75% of mental health problems start before the age of 25 and about half before the age of 15. So this is really a young person onset. That's the age at which we need to capture people, we need to provide effective treatments if we're to make sure that people live the most effective lives they can live.
I'm Professor Ian Hickey from the Brain and Mind Centre at the University of Sydney. It's my great pleasure during this Mental Health Week to have as a guest the Prime Minister of Australia, Malcolm Turnbull, and one of our greatest supporters really, in terms of a really important concept, one you've taken and mentioned many times. How do we grow the mental wealth of Australia? Can you just say again how important mental health is to our wealth as a nation?
Well, it is, and it's the, you first talked about this, the mental wealth of nations, and I thought it was a brilliant concept because it explained how we all have a vested interest in everybody else's mental health. We clearly have a vested interest in our own mental health and in our family, but we have a vested interest in every Australian's mental health because we're all dependent on each other. And so it's why awareness is so important, it's why initiatives like Are You OK is so important, it's why the great use of technology that we're going to talk about now that you and Dr. Jane Burns are undertaking through Synergy, using the smartphone that everyone lives with as the means of enabling people who have mental health issues or fear they may, or are feeling unwell or unsettled, can get help immediately.
As a member of the National Mental Health Commission, which is one of my other roles, we're really pleased that Prime Minister Turnbull really picked up our 2014 recommendations for serious mental health reform in Australia. So we've now begun a process of really trying to deliver regionally relevant, wherever you live in Australia, can you get access to services that really help? So making them more accountable and delivered in each of the regions in which we live. In Australia, we are world leaders in that area. Now we've got the opportunity, particularly with Prime Minister Turnbull's support, to go from being innovators in that area to real world leaders, and actually, first in Australia, reaching out to all of our communities right across the regions and the rural areas and to those who've previously not got help. So technology is a major new opportunity in mental health, and we have potential to be real world leaders.
You've got the technology, the passion, the commitment, 21st century services to deal with this challenge of mental health and, as you say, building and ensuring and securing the mental wealth of our nation, of Australia. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prime Minister, for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.